after that happened on, I guess after Monday night. I saw that everywhere where, everybody was talking about that and replaying it and kind of redoing it type of a thing. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. Some of these, most of these athlete videos are getting funnier and funnier.
They're getting clever. They're showing personalities, which is what I like.
Yeah, I mean, even the sauce, he barely said a word in that commercial. But the fact that his first name is Sauce and he's, just smacking B-dubs, it's just nice. It's just fun.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. Somebody that's in this space and everything. Okay. Now this is weird. It says we have an incoming call right now on the text line. It's not calling the regular line?
No.
Pick up the phone and see if you can get it. We got to do some production stuff here. Sorry, folks. It's calling that we're having text line issues here and everything. So, see how this works here. So Izzy's working on that. So, we might have Ross Chastain on here in just a minute. Problems with the system here and everything. So apologize, guys. We're doing production stuff as we go, as we're trying to figure it out as we go here. Hey, Izzy, running here. Oh, all right. So anyway, we'll just keep going while Izzy's working on that. Isn't it fun when you upgrade new systems, everybody? Gotta love it. So I apologize for that. So, Astros cheating, I don't know. Good game last night. Look, the Dodgers were able to hold into that game a little bit. And then, me and Izzy are yelling at each other in here. Today's Braves and Phillies game 2 will not start until 4:35 p.m. Will not start at 4:35 p.m. due to weather. The start time is to be determined. So we'll pass along the time when it starts, but obviously we have weather issues. We have weather issues going on in Philly and the Braves. So am I back? Now we're having now the text line's interfering with the radio stuff. God, you gotta love the beginning of shows, right? So if you heard that, Braves Phillies game 2 will not start at 4:35 p.m. Eastern time due to weather. So we're waiting on the actual start time on this game coming up here. Be interesting to see how the weather delay. It's going to get in tonight, you would think, as we're getting there. Somebody texted in and said, "I always get anxious when my phone rings and it says private number." Yes, it's. I never answer those phone calls by any stretch. He says, "Big Roller, did you say call Izzy now?" He goes, "What caller number? 1580?" He says, "What's the prize? NBA preseason parking pass?" Yeah, preseason parking pass. Yeah, who's excited for this Kings-Suns game coming up here in a bit and everything? So I'll explain what happened later on. But basically, me and Izzy were yelling at each other because the phone call, we're trying to get Ross on here, and the phone call was coming through the text line. Couldn't answer it. Then he was calling my cell phone, and I can't answer it. Obviously, I'm on the line. I guess I should have answered it because I was on the line. So I was yelling at Izzy to get in here to answer the phone so he could tell him we'll call him back on our line with this giant mess we got going on in here. So Izzy's working on that. And you guys get to see what it's like sometimes to be live on the radio when things aren't going well for you and everything. Fun times, to say the least, as we go through everything. So Stewart Haas Racing, other NASCAR news out there. Stewart Haas Racing has rescinded its appeal to the Harvick penalties for the deck lid issue. Of course, it found out at R&D following Talladega, so there's no fine on that. We talked yesterday about Cole Custer's, Cole Custer's huge penalty yesterday with his practice, his crew chief being suspended indefinitely. And yes, Chief, I know it's terrible, but, can't do anything when I don't have a producer in there and he's trying to work on something. People are blowing up my phone and stuff. So, guys, just hang in there with us. We're, stressing out. Everybody's flipping out right now, having some fun. Let's just do it live on the radio. See what happens, right? Also, it says that baseball game is on Fox. Ron Hook is going to be pissed. Is he still on Fox? So, we're waiting to find out when that game will go through and everything. It'll be fun times tonight. I wonder how late that game's going to go. ESPN still has it listed. They have it listed at 5:37. I'm sorry, they have it listed still at 1:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Braves and Phillies there. So keep our eyes on that. Of course, Philly got the win yesterday. Padres, Dodgers are also tonight, with the Dodgers getting the win last night as well. Look, going to be fun. Football news today, Cardinals. They made some moves. Not going to make some of you happy at all as we go. So now we got Ross Chastain joining us, of course, the driver of the number 1 Chevrolet Trackhouse racing team. Made it to the round of 8 in the playoffs here. Ross, I apologize for all that. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, first question of the day. We're going to talk before we get to racing. You have the watermelon farm your family does down in Florida, South Florida. How did that go with the hurricane? Is everybody safe?
Everybody's good, man. It's our group is accounted for. It's bad stuff though. We there is loss of life there, and we've lost neighbors and people that have lived there and just never expected the storm to do what it did. And our Fort Myers Beach area, Sanibel, our barrier islands are really hurt, and then a lot of flooding happened inland, more where we are. So a lot of our neighbors where we are did get flooded and are not living in their houses right now. So it's tough stuff, but they're steady rebuilding.
Well, I know it's always hearts go out to everybody in Florida, obviously, and definitely. I know it's on your mind as well as you go through here this NASCAR season. But let's get into it, man. My biggest question to drivers this year is how challenging have the playoffs been this year because of the tracks that they're run at? Right, your first 3 were Darlington, Kansas, Bristol. Then you had Texas, Talladega, Roval, the elimination race, right? I mean, you just had that experience finishing 37th at the Roval, was able to advance. How has these tracks been this year for you guys as drivers? What are your thoughts on the tracks that they chose?
It's wild, man. It's myself and Trackhouse were experiencing all this for the first time. So the tracks they picked were the last of our thoughts before, but now that we're in it, it's like, man, it's on purpose why the Roval was an elimination race, Martinsville is, and they want the drama and the excitement, and it's giving us that, and you have me driving silly and go hit the wall there at the Roval was not what we wanted, but we were able to make it through.
Yeah, and you're in the round of 8. First time for you being in this position. Do you feel the pressure now that you made it here, or is it a sigh of relief after what you went through with the Roval here on Sunday?
It's definitely a relief getting out of the Roval after I hit the wall and gave us a terrible finish back in the high 30s. But now it's just opportunity in front of us. We have the opportunity to go forward and compete. And we've had the speed all year, so no question about that. We'll be fast and about executing is what we're focused on now.
And is there any difference between playoff racing and regular season racing?
Not really, man. It's there's more nerves for me. It's my first time, I'll be honest. But out on the track, no, it's tough from the very first, our very first practice session at the Clash back in early February. We were running into each other. I was running into people, and it's continued on. So Yeah, it's been wild all year in the Cup Series.
The reason why I asked that question is because I like your aggressive style, and you've always kind of had, I call it an aggressive style, right? You're out there racing hard, and you've had some incidents this year with, of course, other drivers on the racetrack and everything during the regular season. Are you seeing that style is helping you, and what you went through in the regular season is helping you in this playoffs?
Well, look, it's what got me here, but to stay here now is going to take some evolution on my part, and I'm working through that now. It's not easy, but I'm finding when to turn that on and when to turn it off, and with more time, it's coming a little easier.
Yeah, and you're seeing the improvements, man. I followed your career. You don't remember this, but I've met you a few times when you were starting up into NASCAR, and when you were with the I call them the lower tier teams, but the less funded teams, I guess, is the right terms. And watching your career grow up, man, I like your style when you're out there racing. And but there's a lot of talk about safety right now going on in the NASCAR circles. We're seeing a lot of older drivers complaining about the safety in these cars. Not as many younger guys as what's going on. What are your thoughts on the safety of this next generation car?
Yeah, it's a constant evolution. So it's not something we're going to ever be happy with, and I think we can make everything about our lives safer, and that's what's so great about the world we live in is we can keep learning, and the evolution of this car will continue. So, I'm full bore into it, and can't wait to get on track this weekend.
Yeah, Vegas is a fun race. You finished third there in March. My last question, Ross, I appreciate you joining us, and like I said, all the issues coming on, I appreciate it, your patience with us. But you got Vegas this weekend. You finished third there in March. What's your confidence level going into this weekend?
It's high. It is. It's an awesome spot to be in right now, driving a Trackhouse Chevy, and confidence is high to go fast. Like I mentioned a minute ago, for me, it's just about getting through the race and just maximizing what the car's capable of, and not trying to go beyond that. And it's hard because this is the Cup Series, and it's the best drivers in the world, in my opinion. And I'm having to go and try to beat them, and they're trying to beat me.
Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, I wish you the best of luck. I'd want to see you here in Phoenix in the Final Four. I picked you in my pool to get there. So I want to see you there, man, and I look forward to seeing you when you come out here in November, whether you're in the Final Four, which I think you will be, and I think you agree you're going to get there as well. So we'll see you then, man. I appreciate your time today, and you have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you in Vegas this weekend.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks, Ross. Guys, that was Ross Chastain, of course, driver number one, Chevrolet Trackhouse Racing Team out there. Fantastic guy. He, smashes the watermelons if you've seen it, all of that stuff. And they were nice to give us a few extra minutes since we had all the issues going into it. So, guys, we had a horrible start to the show. Let's reboot. Let's get back. Let's have some fun. Come on back. The main event, 1580 The Fanatic.